main event. Jericho comes out and immediately goes up to square off with Pineapple Pete in the crowd.
Yeah, what was that all about?
So Jericho's been on commentary for the last month or so. He's been taking pops at this Pineapple Pete that the guy's stupid. He wears stupid shirts. He hates him. He's not a proper wrestler. So this is actually quite a slow building feud, if you like, that Jericho just hates this random guy that's always in the crowd. And they're going to have a match next week. And it's awesome that Jericho's managed to have this little side storyline that's it's going to just be like the opening match on a Dynamite. It's nothing massive, but it just shows how awesome Jericho is at like doing these things.
I've always been a big fan of Jericho, but I've never thought he was the GOAT, you know. I can safely say I think at this point in 2020, Chris Jericho is currently the greatest wrestler of all time.
And you didn't even watch his Japanese stuff, did you?
No.
The stuff he did over there was just fantastic. Like, he molded himself into the strong style. He went over there blind and did their shit better than they do it.
You can his brain is whirring. When Chris Jericho is on TV, there is not a single wasted second. And everything he's doing, everything he says is entertaining. Everything he does is entertaining. The slightest twitch of his body can get somebody over. He's quite obviously helping guys like Sammy Guevara on TV live at the time. Like he gives a little heads up or something in such a subtle way. I think he's absolutely brilliant right now.
He must be helping all of them backstage. I mean, even this Pineapple Pete guy, he's a nobody we never even heard of until a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Jericho's made a storyline out of him.
And he knows how to just sell himself, whatever he's doing. He had this big champagne thing, right? For a little while, a little bit of the bubbly.
I mean, it's still a thing. It's still a catchphrase.
But he's always looking for the next moment. There was a bit where he put a traffic cone on his head and just laughed like a gremlin.
Yeah, I got that in a note. He puts a cone on his head.
I just love the fact that it doesn't matter what it is. He doesn't care about, he hasn't got like an ego of being serious. He'll do anything he can to make money and put everybody else over at the same time.
Yeah, I mean,
I love that.
The Bubbly Bunch segments that are just like so cheesily corny comedy. I mean, they're not even funny, but they're still good in a way.
They're funny because the people doing them realize that they're not funny.
Yeah, we're laughing at them, not with them, but they know that.
Yeah, and that's why Jericho's comedy is so much better than whatever Money in the Bank was.
I reckon this is the best Falls Counts Anywhere match since the Attitude Era.
It was mental. I really, really enjoyed it.
And like we said, they came to put a fight with this whole Money in the Bank thing, and they definitely won.
Well, just the idea of Matt Hardy getting knocked out by ice, locked in an ice machine, getting changed seemingly in the ice machine, and then getting on a golf cart.
Do you think he did the costume change in the ice machine?
I don't think he did, but I would like to believe that he did.
If he did, that is fantastic. That's just...
Can you explain the change, like the character changes? Is that a part of his new character, or?
Yeah, so when he debuted the broken Matt Hardy, it didn't have quite the reaction they were hoping it was going to have. A lot of people online say AEW is meant to be a legitimate sports league. There's no room for supernatural stuff. And I don't know did you see the episode where he did the teleporting?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, and so everybody was like, this is stupid. So they've taken a step back, and I think they've saved it. That Matt Hardy is broken Matt Hardy, but because people like Jericho are too dumb to understand what he's saying, he also has to be Mattitude. He has to be the old Matt Hardy so that he can get his words across and people can understand what he's saying. So he's playing like a split personality now, if you like. But it works better because now you can explain off the supernatural stuff that it's all in his head and that he's these different people.
Regardless, I think it's entertaining, suits the character, and I've got absolutely no problem with it whatsoever.
The biggest spot in this match was the golf cart. It looked really stupid when Jericho took the spot because Jericho obviously, I guess because he's a bit older, he didn't want to take the spot properly, so he did what any logical person would do. He sidestepped out of the way of the golf cart, and he just got clipped by it. And then, oh my God, Sammy Guevara got murdered.
That was brutal.
He just jumped up and then took it, and then he did like somebody else compared it to when The Rock gets like thrown into a ring post and just like spins in the air.
just major credit. Like, that is a speeding vehicle that Sammy Guevara decided to just jump in front of for entertainment.
And there's photos of it. It's hilarious of just Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega in the golf cart, and Kenny Omega is just like pointing at him, and it's just like
Yeah. I've seen the memes. Yeah,
it's Sammy Guevara's looking back like in Jurassic Park where they're getting chased by a T-Rex. It's like, stop going forward, just go sideways, get out of the way of it.
I just love how stupid the whole thing was. Sammy Guevara hitting Kenny Omega into an ATM and getting money out of it.
Yeah, and he actually pockets the money.
It's like actually clever. Not, I wouldn't say clever, but it's actually funny comedy which doesn't interfere with their characters or put them down in any way.
Do you know what is actually clever about this match and treats the audience with some intellect, unlike Money in the Bank? There's no rules in this match, right? It's a Falls Count Anywhere. So at the end, the rest of the Inner Circle get involved and they all start brawling to help their team win, which makes all the sense, right? Because why wouldn't Jack Hager get involved to try and help Chris Jericho to win?
Yeah. Well,
he stood right there. Why not throw a punch?
It's just symptomatic of a match put together by people that have thought about it for more than 5 minutes.
But I would say Chris Jericho probably did only think about this for 5 minutes, and he still produced this.
Wait, Chris Jericho is a bit of a mastermind, isn't he?
So my favourite spot of the match was the moonsault off the scissor lifts. Kenny Omega does a moonsault, taking everybody out.
That was fun. I've also got to say that Kenny Omega has been rehabbed a lot in my mind since last time I saw him. I think last time I watched him, he was on a bit of a losing streak, and nobody really knew what sort of character he was playing or why. And it looks like he's having a good time again, and he's like half serious, half comedic. And I really enjoyed everything on the show pretty much. All of these guys, I think, delivered. I like all of their characters. Right at the end of the show, I think that last shot of the show was so good. I remember that more than anything on Money in the Bank's SmackDown, Raw, and of them just putting their middle fingers up outside the football stadium with the Inner Circle logo coming up in the back. Such a cool shot, bro.
It's such
like
a
the
cool
closest anybody's come to NWO since like Evolution. You know, just you actually think that these guys are, you know, the shit. You know?
Yeah, and it's like sticking their middle finger up. They don't care what TNT say. They're rebellious. They're their own thing.
Yeah, that's
cool.
what I'm saying. It's got like NWO energy.